Some veterans are still doing their part to serve the country, notwithstanding their war wounds. They're going underwater, where they're helping to rebuild Florida's dying barrier reef. Phil Keating explains.
Air's on, good to go.
Justin Lansford lost a leg and nearly his life when a bomb exploded underneath him in Afghanistan.
The way you look at things, the way you look at life drastically changes.
5 years later, he's helping save the life of Florida's dying barrier reef. Scuba diving with his prosthetic leg and keeping his state of mind above the surface.
To be able to come down here and do something that makes a difference, in our environment, makes a difference in the state of Florida, it gives me a mission, it gives me a purpose. And even if it's coming down here for a day and doing it, it feels good to do something and accomplish something.
You're ready.
He and a dozen other wounded warriors with the Combat Wounded Veteran Challenge are working with Mote Marine Laboratory on a novel effort to take pieces of staghorn coral grown in their own undersea garden and replant them on bleached out damaged reefs. Over time, a whole new coral colony of the threatened species will blossom, supporting the marine ecosystem and the multi-billion-dollar fish-related economy.
I think corals are on the way to extinction.
Michael Crosby is Mote's president and CEO. Everything he does relates to our reefs, which he believes are beyond the tipping point unless humans help the coral help itself.
The only way coral reefs will survive is if we use science to restore them and bring them back. Coral reefs are the rainforests of the oceans. If we lose the coral reefs, we'll lose the oceans, and we lose the very oxygen that we breathe.
And for decades, we have been losing our coral reefs, which marine scientists attribute to overpollution, overfishing, ocean acidification, and rising sea temperatures. Even though the reef is only about 20 to 25 feet below my fins, it also plays a critical role for hurricane protection because a healthy reef helps break up those angry hurricane waves before they hit the mainland.
All right, let it go.
Yep. Billy Costello once was with Special Forces. He also lost a leg in Afghanistan when he stepped on a landmine. He's now helping to develop a better scuba diving prosthetic for our wounded warriors of the future, and he says going deep is personally very helpful.
The fact that I was able to get back in the water, get back to scuba diving, which is something I can do for myself therapeutically, but also with the family, as a family, it was a tremendous part of my recovery.
And this particular mission, saving coral reefs a little bit at a time, he says allows him to keep serving his country.
This is a way to continue to serve at home by taking care of the problems that exist all around us.
And with Independence Day and what it all means on his mind, Lansford says seeing his fellow veterans underwater and on the reef gives him great pride.
It's really cool. It's cool to see these guys come from the battlefield and still give themselves a different purpose, still give themselves a center direction.
On this dive, the marine scientists and their citizen scientist warriors transplanted 500 pieces of coral. But they say, in the big picture, they still have millions to go. In the Florida Keys, Phil Keating, Fox News.
Boy, that's beautiful, isn't it?